Hello, a very Merry Christmas to you, and welcome to Preview 4. Well, Christmas is to many people a holiday first and foremost, so among our entertainment on this special day, we've got Buster Keaton in The Navigator, that's at 4 o'clock, and also Laurence Olivier's classic interpretation of Shakespeare's Evil King, Richard III, that's at 9 o'clock. And at 6:05, there's a remarkable version of St. Mark's Gospel, narrated as though a friend is telling us about today's hot news.
The king said unto the damsel, Ask of me whatsoever thou wilt, and I will give it thee.
Indeed, you can see Alec McCown performing St. Mark's Gospel at 6:05 this evening. Well, that's Christmas Day. Keith, what are the highlights for tomorrow?
Well, Olga, Christmas Sunday seems to be the day for unusual and enchanting programmes. So let's look at just two of them that, for my money, will be the highlights for Christmas on 4. It was in 1978 that Raymond Briggs had a picture book published. There were no words, but it proved to be one of the best sellers all around the world, and it's one of a very select club that appeals to children and adults alike. The book was, and still is, The Snowman. And we'll have an animated version of The Snowman at 6:15 on Christmas Sunday. Now, just use your vivid imagination. It's Christmas, the snow's falling, it's a time dreams are made of, and one small boy rushes outside to build a snowman. Well, later, when everyone else is asleep, the snowman comes alive, and the snowflakes cast their magical spells. This is how Raymond Briggs portrays the scene in his book, and this is how director Diane Jackson makes the magical world of the snowman come alive. Amazing puppets. Well, you can see the love of Three Oranges on Christmas Sunday at 7 o'clock. Well, Christmas Sunday's followed, of course, by Boxing Day, and David's got all the details of those.
Well, Keith, on Boxing Day here on 4, we've put together an evening of programmes that first rolled across the screens of ITV in the 1950s. 50s to the fore. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to say that when the 1950s ended, I had reached the grand old age of 3. But let's look back now to a show that exploded live each week from the Hackney Empire. The sort of music that strikes a chord in everybody's mind, young and not so young. Oh boy, from May the 30th, 1959. Well, those are some of the highlights from 50s to the fore on Boxing Day. And now, with Tuesday's highlights, Paul.
Thanks, David. Well, I suppose, like me, you've heard all these glamorous TV people protest that the job is really not at all exotic or star-studded and is, in fact, just hard work. Don't believe a word of it. My guest has just completed a series in which she flies around the country in a helicopter searching for clues which lead to a prize of £1,000. And as if that wasn't glamorous enough, she spent the duration of the first programme, which you can see on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, flying around the beautiful island of Bali. Well, if, like me, the closest you've come to Bali is watching reruns of South Pacific, then you'll know that it's a cross between the Garden of Eden and Utopia. Annika Rice, you're not going to tell me it was hard work.
Oh, it's really tough, Paul. Yes, I got through it, I think.
Back to you now, Olga.
Thanks, Paul. And from Keith, David, Paul and myself, let me wish you all the very best for Christmas. And, well, Christmas is a time of magic. Next on 4, there's magic with a difference, as a top American illusionist compares Western magic with the magic of China.